We're live in front of the brand new playing surface here at Jones County High School. First regular season game scheduled for September 4th on this field against the Northeast Raiders. But we all know how quickly things can change. Marvin James with a look back to when all this started to take a tumble in March. Here's his timeline.
Welcome back, sports fans. The path of sports in the GHSA has been a roller coaster of emotions and decisions over the past 4.5 months. Let's take you on the timeline of the past events that have led us to where we are today. On March 12th, the Georgia High School Association recommended that its member schools shut down sports through March 27th after a statement by Governor Brian Kemp asking Georgia schools to consider closing for 2 weeks because of coronavirus concerns. April 2nd, the GHSA announced that spring sports and activities were canceled for the remainder of the school year. The announcement came one day after Governor Brian Kemp announced that schools in Georgia would remain closed for the rest of the current school year. May 21st, GHSA voted to reopen sports activities June 8th. High school teams and athletes in all sports can resume restricted voluntary workouts under their coach's supervision. The approved workouts are for conditioning only, meaning no balls, bats, or scrimmages. Guidelines impose a limit of 20 athletes and coaches for each workout group. Social distancing and mask or face coverings were recommended. Later in June, GHSA eased restrictions on summer conditioning by allowing sports teams to use balls and sports-specific equipment and by increasing to 50 from 25 the number of students and coaches allowed in workout groups. That means quarterbacks can throw passes to receivers, volleyball players can practice serves and digs, and basketball players can work on shooting and passing, still no scrimmaging. And July 20th, after more than 300 cases of players, coaches, and staff members with positive COVID-19 results were voluntarily reported to the GHSA, a vote was unanimous to keep all 10 games for football's regular season, as well as all 5 weeks of the playoffs, but a delay was implemented to the season to begin on September 4th, pushing it back 2 weeks. Now, today's meeting with the GHSA Sports Medicine Advisory Committee is a normal weekly scheduled meeting, but it comes under heavy fire after the Georgia Department of Health Commissioner, Dr. Kathleen Toomey, expressed concern about the health risk of football, competition cheerleading, and band amidst the spiking cases of coronavirus. Executive Director Dr. Robin Hines of the GHSA said he wouldn't take any immediate action regarding the meeting today, but we will keep you posted as things become available. And as for now, high school football is still on countdown to September 4th. Marvin James, 13 WMAZ Sports.
Yeah, subject to change, of course, but right now, full steam ahead. And, of course, softball games are still being played. We'll keep our fingers crossed.